Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about decomposing fractions and being able to add them. So we have a tape diagram here, and our tape diagram is our whole. So we're going to make sure we put a bracket over it so we can show that that's our whole. Now when we create a tape diagram, we can also create a number bond to go with it. When we create a number bond, we have our whole and then our parts. How many parts would we have, boys and girls? 3. Right, because we have 3 parts of our tape diagram. And now we've talked about fractions before. What 3 parts are we going to put in here? We're going to do 1/3. 1/3, 1/3. Now, to make a number sentence, we're going to do 1 equals 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. Now, let's try this a different way. I'm going to shade in 2 parts. What would my new number bond say? My whole is still 1, but now I only have 2 parts. What is one of my parts, boys and girls? 2/3. My other part is 1/3. My new number sentence, my addition sentence would be 1 equals 2/3 plus 1/3. Nice job, boys and girls. I'll give you a second to get that down on your paper. All right. So now we're going to draw a new tape diagram. This time, our tape diagram is going to have 6 parts. So here's our tape diagram with 6 parts, and we've got our whole, as our 1. This time though, I'm going to shade in 5 parts. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's say this 5/6 is our whole and what we want to get to. We want our number sentence to say 5/6 equals, instead of 1 equals. So now what is a way we could create a number bond with 5/6 as our whole? I want you to go ahead and try it. How many pieces, first of all, do we need? 5. You've got 1/6, 1/6, 1/6. And if you're done, you can go ahead and start writing your addition sentence. So our addition sentence would say 5/6 equals 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. Awesome. Let's try something else. I want you to draw 2 tape diagrams, both sectioned into 4 pieces. Just like this. Try to make them look as even as possible. I know sometimes it's hard. So we have 2 strips, both sectioned into 4. Just like this. And I'm going to go ahead and color in all of this one, all 4 pieces of this one. And then 3 of our other one. Just like this. So we only have 1 left. Now, how many pieces are shaded all together? 7. And our parts would be our 4. Technically our whole, this, we have 1 whole, and then we have our second whole. I'm just going to write a 2 here. But they're only sectioned into 4, so our denominator would be 4. What is one way that I could write this, boys and girls? Right, I could do it in our number bond, where I have our 4/4 here, and our 3/4. Nice job. And then my number sentence, or my addition sentence, would be 7/4 equals 4/4 plus 3/4. What can we rename 4/4 to, boys and girls? 1. That's right. 4/4 is also equal to our 1 whole. So what is another way to write our number bond? 1 3/4, or 7 3/4 is our whole, and then 1 3/4. We could write our new number sentence, or addition sentence, as well. It's still the same thing because we have our 1 whole and 3/4. We can rename our fraction. Nice job, boys and girls. So this fraction we can see is greater than 1 because we have 1 full one filled in and a couple more. Let's try another example. This time draw a tape diagram sectioned into 5 pieces. So we have 5 pieces, and with these 5 pieces, this is our whole. But now let's say there's another box added on to make 6. Let's look at this. What if this right here is our 1? This right here is our 1. What is our unit fraction, boys and girls? It's not 1/6, right, because it's 1/5, and then there's just an extra 5th added on. So that would mean that we would have an extra. So if this were all shaded in, we would have 1 and 1/5, like we were talking about before, where our whole and then a fraction of our piece. Nice job, boys and girls. So let's look at a strip of 5 again. So our strip of 5, we're going to color in 2 of them. Make it a different color. 2 of them. And this is our whole, but we're just going to look at the 2. So this is 1/5, and this is 1/5. So let's create a number bond for our 2/5. How many parts would we have, boys and girls? 2, right. They'd be 1/5, 1/5. I want you to go ahead and create an addition sentence on your own for this one. And when you're done, you can look up at the board at mine. Awesome job, boys and girls. Let's look at something similar. We're going to open another new one. We're going to create the same of 5. So create another tape diagram with 5. This time I want you to shade in 4 boxes. So our whole, the top part in our number bond, is going to be 4/5. Before we move on, let's think of one way to write this number bond. How many parts could we have? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of 1/5, correct? So let's say they all say 1/5. We have our addition sentence as 4/5 equals 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. Now let's say we look at this. So we have 2, 1, and 1. We're going to put parentheses around these two. Let's look at what our new number bond would say. Our whole is still the same of 4/5. But now we only have 3 parts. What are our 3 parts, boys and girls? We have 2/5, 1/5, and 1/5. So go ahead and write an addition sentence to go with our new number bond. Starting with 4/5 equals. Look up here when you're ready. And thank you, no. 2/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. Nice job, boys and girls. So now we're going to work on our problem set.